Are some early season stars building their case for the Heisman Trophy? I'm Larry Beal here with Yahoo Sports college football analyst Eddie George. Eddie, let's start with a running back. The nation's leading rusher, believe it or not, is from UCLA, Jonathan Franklin, who ran wild this weekend. He's just the third Bruin to rush for back-to-back 200-yard games and just tore up Nebraska. Is Franklin an instant Heisman candidate right now, Eddie?
He's certainly making a case for it. The last 2 weeks, he's been just on fire. I mean, you know, the offensive line for UCLA, they get a ton of credit, but just his yards after contact, his ability to find open space, make people miss in space, and break off the long home runs. He's just been fantastic to watch. You mentioned 200 yards last week against Nebraska, you know, the star of the show on a nationally televised game. And if he can continue this run, certainly, you know, his name will be mentioned among the candidates for this year.
Let's talk about a quarterback who's a little bit under the radar here. Teddy Bridgewater out of Louisville. You're watching him.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater, you know, right now, you know, the thing about the Heisman, it goes like this. You know, you have to be a great player, but you have to be a great player on a team that's in the top 5, top 10, or an emerging team that's rising. And it appears that right now, Teddy Bridgewater, you know, and the Louisville Cardinals are a team to watch coming out of the Big East. You know, Charlie Strong has nothing but high praise for this kid. Started last year. He's only 19, 20 years old, and he's making decisions like he's 30. Had a big week last week against Missouri State. You know, granted, the competition wasn't that great. However, you know, 30 for 39, 344 yards passing. Phenomenal job. He's going up against North Carolina this week, and that should be a stiff enough test, and also should draw some eyes his way. So I like Teddy Bridgewater, too, to break into the conversation in the upcoming weeks. If his team continues to win, he's going to be a big reason for that.
How about a guy who may be on the way down, Monte Ball out of Wisconsin? They were upset by Oregon State this past weekend, and early season trouble here.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you know, when you're a top-ranked team, the voters and people that are voting on the Heisman are going to look at why are you ranked high and why is your team having so much success. You're going to find those players. And unfortunately, for Wisconsin, they were ranked going in against Oregon State, and Monte Ball was a big reason behind that. And Monte Ball didn't have a typical day. It wasn't a Monte Ball day at all. And Wisconsin lost that game, and they were out of the top 25, and so goes out Monte Ball's chances of winning a Heisman Trophy. Granted, they do play the Big Ten schedule, and in looking at the Big Ten, I don't see too many high-profile games that they play against this year where he can get his name back in the mix. It's not a far stretch that he won't make it to New York, but you know, the likelihood of that happening is slim to none.
All right, thanks, Eddie. What happens when you combine college sports, comedy, and controversy? Well, you get Yahoo's new original web series, Suit Up. Check out the new series about a college football program embroiled in a scandal that defies description. It starts September the 12th only on Yahoo Screen. This is Rivals.com coverage of college football.